Hey guys, it's Lynn. I hope everybody's having a great summer. I wanted to come and give you an update on my foot since it's been several months since I let you know what's going on with it. I'm trying to remember what I said in the last video. I think that was like a 3-month post-op for my last surgery that I had in December. Gosh, maybe it's been more than 3 months since I made that. I'm so sorry. In any case, the spring was sort of frustrating for me because I still had pain in my foot. My big toe pretty much just ached all the time. It just ached all the time. And when I told my doctor, my podiatrist, he said, well, I wonder maybe if at some point maybe you fractured it. So he said, you know, there was nothing visible on the x-ray that he could see, but he just sort of wondered about that. He said, oh, well, what we would do is splint it. So, you know, he tried splinting it like for one visit, but it really didn't do anything. I still had pain, and let me think. He talked about maybe giving me some cortisone shots. He also had mentioned, I think I had told you that my sesamoid bones, it felt like I was always stepping like on a Lego. And he was saying maybe at some point we would even like remove the sesamoid bones. So it was really like not much of anything that he was saying in terms of like that was giving me hope. And I just started to not feel good about going to him, and I started to just lose confidence in him and his ability to treat me. In short, in the spring, by the end of the spring, I really was not feeling good about my podiatrist, how he was handling my situation. And all I knew is that my foot hurt, my toe was crooked, and it looked like the bunion was coming back and I had pain all over again. So that was actually a good thing that I started to lose confidence, because that prompted me to get a second opinion. And I think when you start to not have confidence in your doctor to treat you, that's really when you should listen to your like inner voice and you should seek a second opinion. I actually ended up getting 2 second opinions. The first was from a local orthopedic group. I thought I was seeing an orthopedic doctor, but it turns out he was a podiatrist who worked in the orthopedic group. But he took an x-ray, and he said from the x-ray and from the exam there was visible arthritis in my big toe. So that is why it ached all the time. You know, I wasn't just imagining it. And so I felt good that I got confirmation for that. Just looking at my notes. He also said that I was plantar flexed, which I already kind of knew about. And that was causing pain when I would walk, because my weight would come down fully on my sesamoid bones instead of evenly distributed in the ball of my foot. He also said that I had instability of my big toe. When he moved it, he could feel and hear a clicking. I could hear it too. So he said that's not good, and he also commented that my toe, he felt, was over shortened, that the other doctor took too much length from it. So anyway, he also said that, and this was like a shocker, he said I was at risk of developing stress fractures simply by walking. I was like, oh my gosh, kidding me? And that was because of all those things I mentioned, and then also because the angle that the Lapidus procedure was set at was too far wide. It needed to be closer into the other toes. So, and yeah, that was causing me pain. It was causing my bunion to recur. It was starting to recur, and I had pain at that point. So that's what he said. So here is the most recent x-ray that I have of my foot, and you can see this angle right here is too wide. I don't know if you can notice gap there too, but it really is too wide. It's causing my bunion to recur right here. It should be closer in to the second metatarsal. It should be tighter, but it's not. And unfortunately, it has fused. All these pins you see, all this hardware, did their job, and they have fused my foot. So unfortunately, it's fused on a poor angle, but it's fused nonetheless. My bunion's recurred, and right here you can see the arthritis that's developed in my big toe. The doctor described it as mothy looking, the bones. That's how it's visible on the x-ray. So there's that. You can also see that my bone has rotated a bit, and it's angled towards the second metatarsal, my second toe over. This doctor was not comfortable with removing the hardware and messing with this. He said the best thing that he could recommend, and what he would recommend, is leaving all this. And because I have instability and arthritis here, he said he would do a bone graft and then fuse this joint. Fusing it meaning I would not be able to move this joint at all. It would be like fixed. So, but he said that would prevent the bunion from coming back. And he just felt like it was the best option for me. Now, fortunately, right around this time, I also went to see my primary care doctor just to get some blood work done. But at that visit, I told her about how my toe was doing, my foot, all the pain I was in. I had the x-ray, a picture of that x-ray. It was on my phone, so I showed it to her, and she could spot the arthritis, and she could tell that that angle was too far wide. She could see that. Even though she's not a specialist, she could tell because she's a doctor. And she said, you know, I'm not saying that this doctor, this other podiatrist, the one that I got the second opinion from, wouldn't be good. She said she thinks he's very good. Locally, she sent many patients to him. But she said because of my situation, how this would be like my third surgery, and my foot's pretty messed up at this point, she would really recommend me to see an orthopedic surgeon. I'm really glad she gave me that advice, because up until then, I hadn't really understood the difference between a podiatrist and an orthopedic surgeon. So I feel like I have a better grasp on it now. I wish I had before I had my first surgery, because believe me, I would have done things differently. But a podiatrist doesn't go to regular medical school. They go to podiatry school. And then after that, so they do 4 years of podiatry school, and then they go for like a residency after that. Whereas an orthopedic surgeon goes to full medical school, and then they have to do a specialization after that in orthopedics, whatever area of the body that they're specializing in. So like foot and ankle, they would do special training in that for 2 or 3 years, I think. I think. And then they do residency after that. So their scope, their knowledge, I think, is more broad, and they have more training, more specialized training, and it's just two different schools of thought, really, between the two camps. And it's not to say that a podiatrist couldn't do an amazing job, but an orthopedic surgeon might, have a better overall picture of my foot and how it relates to the rest of my body, and just, in general, I think would be wise to go visit an orthopedic surgeon. So my primary care doctor recommended that I go see Dr. Wapner at Penn Medicine, and he's actually the chief of orthopedic surgery, foot and ankle at Penn. So he's one of the best orthopedic surgeons in the whole country, definitely the East Coast, but really in the whole country. So, my foot would be in good hands with him. That's what she said. So I made an appointment, and I saw Dr. Wapner in early July. And he said some of the same things that the podiatrist had said. He said that the angle was too wide, only he would be comfortable removing the hardware and correcting that. That's what they do. So Dr. Wapner also said that this was a major problem, that this angle here that this bone was set on is too wide. It needs to be tighter in. That is causing instability in my foot. It's making my foot very weak. It's causing the bunion to recur because it's swung out too far. You can see the bunion coming back on the x-ray. He said that, yep, you can see the arthritis right here. All that mothy looking bone is arthritis in the joint right there. He said that he would need to remove all this hardware and make a circular cut right here, swing this over, and set it. That would take care of the plantar flexed situation with my foot, and also it would take care of the bunion. He'd remove that, and then this would be straight. He felt like for my bone here, it would be better to try to save that joint, because once I lose my joint, I won't be able to move it. So he didn't want to do a fusion. He is going to make a cut in here somehow and swing my toe over and set it. Now, Dr. Wapner said that he believes that this is going to really help my foot and alleviate much of the pain that I'm in. But he said there's a chance I might have to have a surgery a year from now, and that would involve the big toe, the first metatarsal, putting a prosthetic implant in here to help take care of the arthritis. And he would also, he wouldn't lengthen this one, but he would shorten, I believe it's these two. This joint right here, he said, is supposed to be even with this toe, and you can see it's way up higher. It's way far off, so this toe got shortened too much. He would shorten these, and he said that would improve my balance and the way that my weight is distributed when I walk. It would come down more evenly on the ball of my foot. Can't remember if I said this or not, but the thing with arthritis is that you can't reverse it. You can only halt the progression of it, so it is what it is. I have arthritis. I'm 47 now, which is sad, but hopefully, the surgery that Dr. Wapner is going to perform will help me a lot and get me healed and active again, because I've really missed just being able to have normal everyday things in my life, like just taking walks with my kids and let alone like exercise. I haven't done that in over a year or so. So Dr. Wapner is going to perform surgery on me on August 21st, and really looking forward to that. I know it's going to be another 8 weeks of healing, non-weight bearing, no driving, no walking, or at least not bearing weight on my foot. I have my walker, and I'll be in a boot at some point. It's going to be interesting though, because our family is going to go down to Disney around Halloween, and it's Disney, right? So there's just nothing but walking. And I'll be just 9 weeks out from my surgery at that point. And I know that getting back to walking, you walk real slow at the beginning and, very gently and easy, which is not what Disney entails. But we planned this trip a long time ago, before I actually got any of the second opinions and knew that I would need another surgery. I was thinking, oh, I'll be fine. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Disney has scooters, right? So I'll probably vlog down there and let you know how that goes. But I will update you on how my surgery goes. Lord willing, it'll go well. And I really, really feel good about Dr. Wapner and his expertise and his ability to correct things that have gone wrong in other surgeries that other people have done. I mean, that's what he does. He's an expert at it. If you guys have any questions or want to ask me anything, definitely leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. But I wish everybody well, and I will see you soon. See ya.